What's that then? Is that not coffee?
No, well, it's decaf coffee. It's coffee, but I meant to make myself a caffeinated coffee, so I'd stay awake.
You're struggling to stay awake. We've barely even begun.
I know.
And you're nodding off.
You've had a nap, and I'm feeling tired.
Oh,
Anyway, hello everybody.
always have a nap. Hi, we are live.
Hello.
Did you check the mic?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Welcome to our Sunday thing.
Thing.
The thing with no name that we do every Sunday, 8 o'clock, to come on here and just chat with you lot about what's going on in our little world and share stuff if we have stuff. We have stuff. Now, we went out today, got damp and lost. So we're not sure which one of us is damp.
I think I'm probably lost. I feel very lost.
Yeah, and if we said Andrea's damp, it just sounds wrong. So today we are damp and lost. At least we were earlier.
See on the screen just here next to my head. It's all sort of fuzzy.
Yeah, the orange boxes, they go all weird on screen. I don't know if they are for everyone else. Yeah, they're kind of like... Anyway, welcome. We are live. If you are watching us live, you can pop in and say hello. So please do. Our hall is micro tiny, so we might just be relying on you lot to chat with us.
It's barely worth mentioning.
Well, these are quite interesting, and that was a mega find. Oh, where did the software? Oh, software's over there. One sec.
Shall I start to say hello to people?
Yeah, I got some books as well, but they're pretty dull.
So I don't know if this is. Did you pop out the other chat?
I have not popped anything out.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got Ian here at the top. It might not be Ian that was in first, but hello, Ian. Hello, News Junkie, Emily, Damien, Niall, Lincoln Seller, and Peter Ray. Having a chat amongst themselves. And Helen. Hello, Helen.
Hey, Helen.
And who else is in? Jetfly. Oh, Jetfly. I'm new. Seems that, yeah, we are. We are a great community. I can vouch for everybody else. They're a great bunch of people. There's Alan, Chelsea, and Andrea, Falling on a Bruise. And lots and lots and lots of people. Phil's in.
Hey, Phil.
Okay. Hello to everybody else who I haven't got to.
We'll be here all evening.
We will. So,
okay. Have you zipped to the bottom?
I've zipped to the bottom.
I had a very nice surprise this week with a letter. Some of you may remember a month or so back, I received a gift of Martin Gore's latest solo LP, and the generosity blew my mind. And this week, the same guy, Adam, if you're watching, hopefully you are, sent me the reissued, remastered version of one of my favorite albums, which is Depeche Mode Ultra. I have my original, and I dug my original out, and it still has the receipt. I think it's from release day in 1997 from Woolworths.
Oh, wow.
Now, this was in between jobs at Half Price and Virgin when I was finishing my degree. I dropped out of my degree for reasons we won't go into right now, and then went back and finished, took a year out. So this was the exact moment when I was finishing my degree. So I wasn't working for Our Price and didn't get staff discount.
I was working for Our Price at that time, though. That was the one album that every single person in the shop that worked in the shop liked. So we had it on all the time. It'd be like, what should we put on now? Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Ultra.
Yeah, everybody, because I went back and joined again, didn't I? Not long after that, and it was still like the most popular album in the Our Price and Stevenage. We played it all the time, especially when I joined, because I was like, anyone want to put something on?
We all did.
Yes.
I mean, Ulrika was really into them as well.
So Adam sent me the Sony remastered version of Ultra, which is amazing. It's got a really nice interview in it as well from Daniel Miller. Anyway, I'm waffling. But more importantly, a wonderful letter, which I thoroughly enjoyed reading, I now have your email, Adam. I will chat with you on email, but thank you so much. That made my week. It really did. So I'm going to pop that to one side. Look up at that stuff everywhere as usual. So, somebody else new in. Hi, Jay. My first time watching you live. Have been following you for 18 months. Thanks for inspiring me to start reselling. Wow.
Oh, hello, Jay.
Good to see you live. Hope it's going well.
Shall we mention Heather from today?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, so we met Heather today, a really lovely lady who
not Treasure Pirate, no. Who we all know, different Heather.
Yeah. And yeah, bumped into her at the Jumble Trail that we were at, and yeah, it was really nice to meet you.
Yeah, she said some lovely things
she said some really lovely things. It absolutely made my day, to be honest.
About how the videos have helped her in some tough times, and we've helped get her into reselling, the same as Jay here, and that's really helped her through some stuff. So it was lovely to meet you, Heather. I hope we weren't super awkward. We usually are, and
we are generally in real life.
But, it was one of those strange moments because we were at a stall and the stall holders were kind of earwigging a bit, and she was like, "Oh, I watch you on YouTube and all that," and the stall holders were like, "What?" Huh? Yeah, but it was lovely. So I hope you found some good stuff today. We struggled today.
Yeah, exactly. It was. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest of days in terms of finding things, and there weren't many stalls, and it was raining, and so we were feeling a little bit dejected. So meeting Heather was just it was a bit of a tonic, and made my day.
When I worked in the music department in Smiths, you worked in Smiths, didn't you?
I worked in Smiths, not on the music department though.
I didn't care what anyone else wanted to listen to. Yeah, it was always kind of it had to be a democratic thing in our place, but
it had to be.
There was some quite varied tastes, but this DM album was the one everyone agreed on. It was amazing. And then when we worked for Virgin, we used to have Virgin Radio, so we had no control over it. Do you remember? And we listened to the same blooming playlist on repeat. Anyway. Hi, Kirsten. Hi, everybody else. Good to see you. Wow, I'm behind. Okay, so we went to a jumble trail. It was a tiny one. It was only like 13 stalls.
Yeah, and then it was less because a few people didn't bother to set up. So.
First one we went to wasn't even there.
Yeah.
And then the weather conspired against us. It started raining, so some just packed up, and we drove to those. They weren't there. So the first thing I bought was the best pickup by far of the day. A guy was still putting stuff out with his wife. We spoke to them, had quite a chat, and he'd just put out this. So this is obviously a PS3. It's the reissued Slimline, and it is the 120 gig. You might be able to see down there. Really nicely boxed. I haven't even really looked in it. Maybe I'll check that it's got everything in there. The reason I just went for it and didn't look too far into this was it was £20 and it had some software, including El Shaddai, which is currently, I looked on completed, completing up to £40 just for that title. I didn't know it was that good, but I knew it was a rare one. Also, oddly, it has a PS4 game with it, but Shadow of Mordor is only about a £5. But the ICO collection on PS3, always quite sought after. I think these still fetch about 20. And he asked 20 quid for the whole bundle. So I knew my money was there and here. So I didn't look into the PlayStation too much. It's also got Prototype 2, bit of a meh game, maybe a £5. Oh, and he also chucked in a PS Vita memory card because he'd sold his PS Vita on, and he told us that he'd regretted selling it. I think he wished he'd kept hold of that. But an official PS Vita memory card, it's only 4 gig, but that's a tenner on its own, which he kindly just said, "Oh, do you want this? Because I've got no use for it now." I said, "Sure, why not?"
Yeah. We've had a super chat from Gadget Man. Thank you for that. It says, first time watching you live on my new Apple TV 4K.
What's that? Oh,
hiding myself on 4K.
sounds fancy. Apple TV 4K. Hi, Gadget Man. Thanks for that. Wow. So let's see if we did okay with this. We've got a mains lead and that's a controller charger. We have.
Are you eking this one out because it's
TV
your best pickup?
We don't have much else. I'm intrigued to know whether
there are plenty of questions we could be
whether not checking in the box was a terrible mistake. The guy was lovely, and he actually offered for me to set it up to go in and watch it running on his telly. You know, he was that nice, wasn't he? I had no qualms really that it was a brick in a box. There's the unit. Yep, lovely condition. Is it still sealed?
Imagine if it was though, and you were opening it live on the internet.
I have a breeze block. Yeah. So there's unit. Still hasn't been opened up by the look of it. Nice condition, and I can see the controller tucked in the bottom of the box. All good.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's everything. Isn't it? Controller, mains lead, TV lead.
John wants to know if there was a bonus disc, but it's not plugged in, so you can't really tell.
Oh, don't know.
You'll find that out later.
So yeah, that was kind of the highlight of the day, and that was first or second. Well, the first stall wasn't there, and this was either second or third stall.
Yeah.
And then it started raining, and we got a bit lost several times, and very frustrated with the map that was a bit. We need an app. Anyway,
yeah, and I didn't buy anything.
No, you didn't.
Not one single thing.
And then we were filming on the GoPro, and
sorry, Lainey, you're going to be disappointed because I didn't buy anything, not even a jug.
Nobody gets to look at Andrea's jugs today. But yeah, we were filming, and the last stall we found was tucked away in a block of garages. This woman had quite cleverly set up in her garage in a block of garages, which was a nightmare to. We went in the big car, and to try and get out of there was horrendous, wasn't it? And we bumped into somebody, a viewer there. I can't remember your name. Had a little chat with a viewer, which was really nice. Anyway, I was filming, and I found a few Midsummer Murders. Do you want to hold those?
We're not going to be able to hold them all. Don't be silly.
There's so many, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, now they're on the floor.
I sorted all these out into order. Oh, they smell a bit smoky. That's not good. Can you smell it?
Yeah, you get the idea.
It's one of those.
That's about half of it. So
I assume it was like one of those magazine or periodical things where you buy like.
This is going to be a disaster. It's a disaster waiting to happen.
Well, you know, I've got to drag it out because we bought hardly anything.
Oh my goodness!
Hurrah! So we bought all of those for a tenner.
Yeah, exactly. Tea cakes. I said that in the video that we were making. I said, in each one of these, somebody died.
How? I think we said in the video, how is anyone still existing in Midsummer?
And you wouldn't want to go and live there, would you? It'd be a fear of your life.
Yeah. Anyway, unfortunately, it's not a broken run. As you can see, this is a numbered, I assume it's one of those magazine periodicals. I don't know. It's only one episode on each one.
So apparently George had those DVDs last time.
Oh, okay. It goes up to 61, but we have about 45 or so. It's missing a few, which is really annoying, but there should be a good, I don't know, 40 quid's worth here. We were struggling to find stuff. So when she said a tenner the whole lot, I just went, you know what? Yeah, I did quickly look it up because I wasn't sure if there'd be a market for this. But there is.
I don't know what gives you the idea that I'm not letting him have his media fetish. I've lived with it long enough.
There's no fetish. That's a bit strong. Yeah, Midsummer. If you can find like complete collections or box sets and stuff, there is a market for it. Take a look on eBay, and if you get the whole lot, you can command some really good money. This is a big kind of bulky set, obviously, because there's only one episode on each thing, so it's a bit of a faff. But I reckon 30 to 40 quid we'll get back on that, which, you know, it's okay, but tenner investment.
Oh, Andrea reckons 64.99.
Yeah, these aren't complete though. Maybe if it was complete, I would shoot that high, but it's missing a few chunks of episodes, which makes it a bit meh. But, you know, we were struggling for stuff. Apart from that, the other week, I don't think I shared it. We bought tons and tons and tons of Play-Doh. Most of it is new and unused, like the actual pots of Play-Doh, and loads of the accessories. So I bought a bag full of official Play-Doh accessories to make up bundles with that. This was £1 from the same lady. She was a really lovely lady. She was running it with her daughter, and she kept apologizing for not being organized, and she was so organized, wasn't she? She had it all laid out on little tables in her garage. But yeah, so she gave me that lot for £1 and a Duplo Dalmatian. Yeah, you see, struggling here, struggling. Then I bought some books. That.
Yeah. Yeah, a while back I'd have been excited to find those because I used to make jewellery out of them. But,
these aren't the round back ones.
No,
though.
they're not. They're a bit more flimsy, those ones.
Scrabble tiles, many of you will know, come in two main designs.
But you can, if you're careful, still make a hole in them. So
yeah, these are the more flimsy square back ones.
Yeah.
There's ones that have a round circle on the back, and they're chunkier.
People do make sort of magnets and things out of them. So.
These, we were struggling to find anything, so I bought that. The woman, lady selling it, had loads of crafting stuff. Most of it I didn't think had any resale value, but I'll probably just sell that as is as a crafting thing to a crafter, right? I could keep some for spares, but I don't really do much with Scrabble anymore.
No, you're not very crafty.
No, I'm not very crafty. That's about it. Apart from some books that nobody wants to see.
No.
A sealed Brother Bear on DVD. It was a bit poor today. It rained on us. There were hardly any stalls. Out of the 13, I think we might have found 9 or 10.
10 at the most, I think.
Yeah. Wasn't great today, be honest.
Sadly, it wasn't. No. And the rain didn't really make it much better, did it? Because it just made you feel a bit... No,
and people packed up. The last few we went to just weren't there. So, but, you know, every day can't be amazing, right? Let's see
no, that's the reality of this, isn't it? That's the reality. Some days are good. Some days are not so much.
Steve Smithers says, I bought into one of those part work subscriptions once. Never again. The space it takes up alone is amazing.
Yeah, I know.
This is like a meter's worth of DVDs.
You need about 3 shelves in your house for them.
Yeah, because one episode on a disc, it's ridiculous, really. You're much better to buy it in the box sets where they've got like, I don't know, 6 DVDs and there's a bunch of episodes on each DVD.
Do people really buy them like this, or you know, because I wouldn't. On
eBay?
Yeah. If I was looking for it, I would wait for a smaller box set.
No, they sell.
Oh well.
Maybe people like to make up the funky picture on the side.
Maybe they do.
That's what it's all about.
Maybe they do.
Anyway. Right. Hi, George. Any idea when you'll go to your first boot sale?
When we're both fully vaccinated, I think.
I'd be going, but...
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think we're missing much, to be honest. I don't think we are.
Well, I'd have rather gone to a boot sale today than that thing.
Yeah, but we didn't know what we were going to find today. We could have gone and it would have been amazing.
Yeah. Don't know, George. And next week we are away on a kind of mini family get-together thing.
Yeah, well, it's family camping. We do it every year, and obviously last year we weren't able to. So this year we're doing it. We camp in a field.
Yeah.
For fun.
Well, last year we did it in a house, didn't we? Well, we did a separate thing. We hired a house for Mum and Dad's wedding anniversary.
See, Gary says we're not missing much. I don't.
You're not missing much. Okay. So yeah, next week we're going to miss out on a whole bunch of jumble trails. There's loads going on.
I know.
But we get to meet new baby Eden, so that's a bonus. Yeah. My sister Katie has a new tiny baby, and they're not camping. They've hired like a static caravan.
Yeah, so they're going to be on site, but in a caravan.
Yeah. So all of us, me, my sister's parents, will all be together, but some braving the elements in tents and some in static caravans. But it's going to be great. Ooh. Let's see what we got here. Get Nick's limited edition white work boots before they're gone. Okay. I was surprised how well we're doing on them, because I had a big move around of stock you may have seen in the vlogs I put out during the week, and been having a move around in the loft. We are caning through them really quite rapidly. Yeah. And I've got a new contact, a local contact, who is going to come back for more and more, like, regularly. So we should get through them in no time, hopefully. Touch wood.
Yeah. Sebastian, there is a thing called time away. So if you just go to the search box and put time away in, you should be able to find that, and it's quite self-explanatory, really.
Yeah, they changed holiday settings for the better, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Julie's asking, did we go to? Yeah, we went to St Albans today. Apparently we were on time, but actually an hour late because people were buying an hour beforehand, which has annoyed me.
Some people were setting up early, and you got really frustrated with this, because if it's advertised to starting at 10, it should start at 10.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, fine, turn up like 10 minutes before if someone's set up a bit earlier, chance your arm. But I think it's really wrong to have a time for something and then set up, much earlier, and people come an hour early. Why are you doing that? The only thing that does is it breeds a culture of things starting earlier and earlier and earlier, because everybody's trying to beat the next person and the next person and the next person. And you'll end up with jumble trails starting at 6 in the morning, like boot sales do, because you're breeding this kind of culture. And that's not what, in my book, that's not what jumble trails are there for. They're meant to be more relaxed. They're meant to be.
There's always going to be the race to the stalls element, and if the organisers kind of say, well, open earlier if you like, and push that idea, that's, I think, the problem.
I think that's I think it's really wrong. I'm annoyed about that.
So we had a long chat with the lady at the last stall we were at, actually, and she was saying that she knew it started at 10, but she set up at like 8 a.m. and had customers at 8 a.m. So that was interesting. But yeah. So yeah, Eleanor was agreeing there. Oh, sorry. Glad I didn't go then. I wouldn't have been there early. We weren't early. It's like towels on the sunbeds. Yeah, that was when I did Laney's banish bin. I tried to banish people putting towels on sunbeds at 5 in the morning. Because we have experienced that.
Yeah, we stood there and watched it happening while we were waiting for our coach.
The sun wasn't even up. We were coming home from a holiday in Lanzarote or somewhere, and we had to get an early connection to the airport, didn't we? So we were up at like 4 a.m. Like, seriously, the sun was barely in the sky. this bloke comes sauntering down, put all his towels out, went back to bed. We were like, no,
it's just ridiculous. And somebody from their window was like telling them where to put the towels.
Yeah, his other half was like, no, over the other side of the pool, over there. I think they were German. I don't think they were like that accent as well.
Well, that's, we won't say that because we don't know, do we? That's just a running joke, isn't it?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we've got any questions, because we've run out of things to share.
Vintage Views there says
Wow.
their local boot was before it closed was getting out of hand, and people were turning up at 4 a.m. Yeah, that's what I mean. It just breeds that kind of culture. And if you have a start time, that's the start time. That's when you should turn up.
But everyone's trying to get that advantage, aren't they? And
turn up like 10 minutes early. Even half an hour early is maybe acceptable if you want to see if somebody's setting up early, but not before that.
And if everybody
ridiculous.
Start selling at thereabouts at the right time, it's like a level playing field then. You know, we can't all be at the stalls at the same time, and it kind of just evens things out, and it stops that kind of rat race thing of who gets there first. It should be just luck of the draw which stalls you get to and what you pick up. Is kind of what we're at. What we're saying.
Fat Girl Sign says, when my parents have a yard sale, they refuse to let anyone in that shows up early.
That's fair enough, isn't it?
That's fair enough, because we have got there earlier. You know, we've gone to maybe one in London and we've got there like 10 minutes early, and we've gone to the first one, and maybe they're not quite set up, and they say to us, oh, could you come back? And we're fine with that. You know, we go away and then come back again a bit later. That's fair enough. Absolutely fair enough.
I was just going to answer Jetfly's question before as well. Nick, are boot sales just full of dealers, stalls, or do you regularly find good bits at them? We're not currently going to boot sales, but we regularly do normally. And you will find a lot of dealers at boot sales, but you will also find your average family having a clear out, and that tends to be where we do really well. But you can find good stuff from dealers. You know, speak to George, you know, see what he picks up, Derek, others,
and Kelly does as well.
Strike up relationships with dealers. That's something I'm not very good at, to be honest. I don't know why. It's just not something that
I think at the moment you're probably finding a bigger amount of dealers than you are sort of household clear outs, because people are not feeling the confidence to sell at boot sales at the moment.
And certainly here in the southeast, we've seen a big push for your regular kind of household people wanting to sell their stuff. They're preferring to do the jumble trail things like we went to today, and we're really hoping that trend will continue. And when we can get this app done, we're going to hopefully that will help make it so much easier to set them up and find them and promote them. So we're hopefully going to be part of that push to get people selling their stuff from their own houses rather than boot sales. Not that we're anti boot sales in any form whatsoever, and we will continue to buy at boot sales. But I think having that other avenue, these jumble trails, and really pushing that as a cultural thing is a great idea, because we love them. Today's was a bit pants, but they are generally great. Really good fun as well.
I mean, honestly, we've never come away from a jumble trail with barely anything like we did today. Normally we get quite a bit. I did see a comment I was going to highlight, and then I went to the bottom again. So I agree, Mark. The early bird gets the worm, but an hour earlier, it's wrong. It's ridiculous.
Well, I wouldn't want it getting to the point where people are driving around way before people have started and, you know, knocking on doors or hassling people to set up. It's like 10 o'clock it starts. That's when you should turn up, because we'll be ready, right?
So Chelsea
hi, Alan.
says, sorry to hear St Albans wasn't good. The car boot wasn't any better. So there we are. We weren't missing out too much.
And the PS3 bundle that I picked up will be 20 into, I roughly worked out about 150. So, you know, we picked up a great deal. And then we did end up going to the big cancer research near us. And I found some software.
Cool.
Which actually I can show you. Oh, and we found, there's more stuff. Oh, I found more things. Media. A sealed Christopher Robin for 30p. Hurrah! A sealed Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're being confused, because we're talking about jumble trails. I know that with boot sales that happens. And, you know, I mean, definitely if you're selling at a boot sale, you tend to walk around a bit earlier just to see what's there before you open up your stall. So that's fair enough. I'm talking about jumble trails, which is something different.
Well, sellers walking around boot sales before they've started has always gone on. We know people who get in early by jumping in someone's car. We know people who go down the queue of sellers waiting to get in, going, I'll give you $5 to hop in your car and go through the gate with you. And like, sure, why not? And then they get in and they're there.
Yeah.
They beat the whole queue that way. It's very devious. But I mean, we do the same thing. If we're selling at one, we will go in, not set up, and go around buying for the first half hour, an hour, and then set up. So, we've done the same, but we're not quite to the point of paying to hop in someone's car.
Steve was saying about boot sales that there's definitely more house clearance dealers at their local ones at the moment.
Right. Yeah, well, they've got to make money, right? And they're desperate to get out there and shift stuff, I would imagine. Quickly share some games. I forgot we got some games in the charity shop. Peppa Pig the game always sells. A couple of Just Dances that I will probably bundle. Just Dance 2 and Just Dance 4. And Wii Sports Resort. Hooray.
Bills and Moon says, I'm running a jumble trail. I've got quite a few stalls signed up. Just people come to buy now.
Nice. You'll have to let us know where it is. We don't have an app yet, so we can't put it on the app and promote it for you, but,
no, but
soon.
Yeah.
Oh, first one near me.
Sorry. We've got a super chat from BC Eagle Deb, who says, hi Nick and Andrea, supported the channel as always, and we appreciate it as always.
Thank you very much. That is lovely. And quickly, those who have chosen to use we have now like a coffee link below if people do want to thank us for the channel or support the channel. For those that have chosen to do that, thank you again so much. And also, a few people have been buying our t-shirts. I still haven't ordered a hoodie. I want to get one of our own hoodies. So thank you if you're one of the people that has chosen to do that as well. There are many ways of supporting the channel if you enjoy what we do, and it is much appreciated. I was going to scroll. Can I scroll back a bit? There was something I can't remember what it was.
Said he noticed people going around early as well.
Hi Pete. Last few jumble trails saw people going around at 9 a.m. even though open at 10. Yeah, and yeah, like Andrew was saying, it kind of breeds.
Yeah,
it's just going to get earlier and earlier and earlier. If people start setting up earlier to satisfy these people, where does that end?
Exactly. It's turning up just like 10 minutes early or whatever, just to see if somebody's set up early, then fine, even half an hour, but it just gets a bit silly.
Oh, it was that. Claire says, first one near me on the 31st. Excited. Yeah, I assume you mean a jumble trail. Everyone needs to decide what they're called, because there's so many different names for them.
Jumble trail, yard sale, walking market.
I kind of like jumble trail.
Trail.
I kind of like jumble trail now.
Did you not before?
I was preferring to call them yard sale trails, but that's more of a mouthful.
It does, yeah, and it also feels very American to say yard sale.
Jumble trail.
Jumble trails.
Maybe we'll call them English. That on the app and try and push that as the name.
Yeah, I suppose we could. Yeah.
Okay. Where was I?
So we read out the super chat, which was there.
Damien says, trouble is when you're trying to put food on the table, if you're not early, you go hungry. I would agree, certainly with boot sales. You want to be in that queue early. Otherwise, you're missing out. We're talking about jumble trails where if you start that culture of advertising a start time and then everyone starting before that, and people then thinking, oh, I've got to get there earlier, and ignoring the start, just start at the time you're advertising. Yeah. That would be great. That's it.
If you want to get there earlier, start it earlier, like put 9 o'clock on the time.
Oh, but don't do that. No.
We'd rather not.
Do jumble trails in the afternoon, please.
We'd rather not. The later, the better.
Mark saying the last boot fair I went to was 90% dealers. Wow. Oh, Jason there saying he sees Zahir and Bex most weekends. That's cool. Okay, let's see what we've got.
No, Julie, you didn't miss anything at St Albans. Or you might have done an hour earlier. Oh dear.
Got a cough going on.
And now people are just listening to you gulping while I'm trying to find something to read out.
Sorry. Yeah, Victoria. I mean, a lot of that goes on. Obviously, dealers at boot sales whiz around early, buy up a load of stuff cheap, and put it on their own store.
Yeah,
we've seen that. We've had people buy off us when we're going doing clear outs. In fact, last summer, or I guess it was last summer, I cleared out loads of the car parts that just didn't have a market on eBay, that were going nowhere fast, and we took a big box of it to a boot sale. We were filming at that boot sale actually, and a guy came up and I did him a really good deal on loads and loads of the wiper blades and spark plugs and all of that. I went round at the end and it was all on his stall, and I had no problem whatsoever with that. I wanted rid of them. I did him a good price. He was happy, I was happy, and he's trying to sell them on for a profit. Good luck to him. You know, he didn't twist my arm to sell them to him cheap. I wanted them gone, you know. But yeah, a lot of that goes on with dealers. It always has done, always will. It's just people trying to make an honest buck, and there's nothing wrong with it. Buck? I've just gone American. An honest buck.
We've just had a notification from Claire Vickers that we've got a coffee. Claire Vickers has bought us a coffee. Thank you, Claire.
Really? Fantastic. Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, cheers.
Yeah. I don't drink coffee. I'll grab a beer. There you go.
I'll probably have a beer with you, to be honest.
That's lovely. Thank you. Did you say it was Claire?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers, Claire. Okay. What else have we got? Chat. Loads of it. Wow.
Tabletop trail.
Hi,
Don't
Lainey.
confuse things anymore, Lainey.
Don't give us another name for them.
Tack crawl. Yeah.
Tack crawl. Garage sale trail. That's another one that they're called.
Yeah.
But that's a bit of a mouthful. I like jumble trail because it's like da-da, and it sounds like jumble sale, but slightly different. And it kind of.
Here we go. Yeah. We've got another super chat. Do you want to read it out?
I was just reading Glass Hammer. We'll get to that in a minute. Hi there. This is UK Valeting Limited. Thank you for the super chat. It says, love your channel as I'm new and have space in our business warehouse, ready to buy and sell a few bits for fun, really. Keep up the great work. Sounds like a good idea. Yeah, if you've got space can be a problem if you get into reselling. People keep telling us we are responsible for piles of quality merchandise up and down the country in people's houses.
Well, our living room's a mess at the moment, isn't it? It's covered in my stock, which is not a good thing.
Yeah.
I do need to have a sort out.
But yeah, best of luck with it. Luck's not really involved. It's all hard work and graft, really. But, you know, if you're in business, which clearly you are, you know all about that.
Yeah. So what did you want to highlight?
Glass Hammer says, I sometimes knock on the door. I'm assuming this is a joke. I don't know. I sometimes knock on the doors of houses listed as having stalls. Take them cookies and hot chocolate. Works a treat. I'm not recommending this. That's against what we're into, or suggesting. Maybe that's what they do.
Hi, Elaine. We're not Carla's channel, so don't worry. We're a bit more relaxed.
Excuse me for blowing my nose. I don't know if it's hay fever today. They were saying that the pollen count was really low because of all the rain.
Oh, don't know what it is then. It seemed to be permanently suffering.
Well, I went in the loft and I was sorting out loads of stuff in the loft and kicking up loads of dust. I was throwing out boxes and boxes and boxes of invoices from when we had the high street gaming store. I found boxes of invoices going back to 2008. We only have to keep them for 7 years.
Yeah.
So I was kicking up loads of dust, and it set my allergies
that's
off.
Most likely what it is then. We're getting some good suggestions here of names.
Our crap could be your crap.
Sung to the tune of Whitney Houston.
Which tune?
Our
crap is your crap, is your crap, is our crap.
Yeah.
It's not very catchy though, really.
No, not really.
Um,
Quality sale trail.
What was that Angela saying? I saw a post on Facebook Marketplace where someone had bought an item, then put on to sell themselves. The seller was up in arms. But if you bought it, why not? It's yours to do as you please.
Exactly.
And you're right, but it does cause problems. I think it was Aid I was chatting to recently who, had bought something off eBay. And then the original seller, I think, had watched Aid's listing of it, and Aid had ended up sending him an offer. And I think they got a bit shirty about it. But you're right. If you buy something and you own it, you're perfectly entitled to resell it, and that's your business and nobody else's, really. Yeah.
Oh, where's Mark then? Is he having a full English breakfast for dinner?
Got to go. Just had a full English breakfast served at 20 to 9.
We might be in Australia, of course.
Maybe. Damien has spent 300 on racking.
Wow. Cool.
I'll have to check out the video and see what it looks like. Yeah, standard, Kim.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I get the little arrows pointing at me too. Right, yeah. See, Glasshammer was joking about the cookies.
Yeah, I think we could tell that, really.
I don't know. Might have been...
let's... More suggestions.
Really, Lainey, you're lowering the tone. There's always one. Has it been raining, Neil? A little bit. You're down the road from us, so I know what sort of rain you've had. It's been shocking here.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a super chat? There's a bubble thing.
Yes, I'm looking
for it. We've done that one, no?
Womble Trails.
Womble Trails. That's quite catchy. I think as they become more and more popular, something will stick. I don't know, or maybe it'll be regional.
Yeah. Caris.
Hi, Caris. Words are very unnecessary. They can only do harm. Yes. Enjoy the silence. I haven't enjoyed a Violator face mask that Cliff sent me.
Yeah.
I still haven't shown it because it's always in the car because I use it.
Yeah, to be honest, I've cooked a full English breakfast, vegan, of course, for dinner before. Oh, here we are. It's from Clive. Says, hi guys, love the streams, and I love the streams as always. I have just made a purchase on your eBay. Oh, I haven't got my phone on me, so I don't know.
I don't know what that was.
Thank you, Clive.
I don't know. I don't have my phone either.
Oh, that's why we didn't hear it.
I think mine might be on charge somewhere.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
But thank you very much, Clive. It is appreciated. Somebody was saying, can I just scroll back? There was an interesting point. I can't even remember what it was now. Yeah, TGS. You're right. The second-hand antique traders always involve dealers selling between themselves. Yeah, and definitely. That's what keeps it going. You take your cut and you pass it on, and that has always been part of it. But we've had once or twice at car boot sales, people refuse to sell us because we've admitted we're resellers or they've just figured it out. Yeah. And it's like, we're going to give you what you're asking. It's not like we're trying to barter you down. I mean, we do haggle, but in this one instance I'm thinking of, we were buying a load of clothes. Yeah,
I wasn't there that day.
I was on my own. Yeah. Anyway, and the guy got really funny with me because I was buying loads and it was all different sizes. It's when we had the kids' clothing shop, I think.
Yeah, I was probably in the shop then.
And he said, are you planning to sell this stuff on? And I was just honest and said yes. He said, right, put it all back. Then you're not having it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Anyway, but yeah.
Yeah. And Thrifty Shutterbug says, if I sell and get the money I asked, I don't care what the buyer does with it. Exactly. We're on the same page completely.
Yeah. Once that agreement between you as the seller and the buyer, it's none of your business what they do with it then, is it? I mean, if they want to set fire to it and dance around it, that's fine. If they want to sell it on to someone else at double the price, good luck to them, I say. Your ownership of that and that's it. It's over. It's someone else's now. But people do get funny about it for sure. They're called garage safaris.
Oh,
Oh, see, fancy. They're fancy down in Kent, aren't they? So posh down there.
They are.
Safaris.
Michelle says that people bring breakfast and help to set up at yard sales. Right.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's how the Americans do it.
Bring me food and bribe me with food.
That'd work, to be fair. Yeah, I'm
Shizzle Safari, says Stu.
I am bribable with food.
Yeah, I agree, Jack. It's a trail of jumble.
That I think is my preferred term. But whatever works, right? As long as people are recycling their stuff and it's getting reused and recirculated and not thrown away, and stuff is finding new owners, and those of us that are trying to make money out of it, make some money out of it, it's great. Wow, you guys are so generous tonight. Peter Clapham, thank you for the super chat. He says, love the channel. My best buy from local house clearance shop was a £1 book I sold for 800. Holy cow. That's one hell of a book.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
That's impressive. And that's from a house clearance.
Yeah.
So that, again, that's from one dealer, a house clearance dealer, to a reseller. Yeah, so don't discount the dealers at boot sales. I can't remember who was asking about how many dealers you get at boot sales, but it doesn't always mean you can't find the good stuff. Very often they are just wanting to move stuff on, and they don't always know what they've got, clearly, in that instance.
Were you planning to do a picking video tomorrow?
Probably, yeah. I know I've got a few interesting bits going out. And I do need to do a few other thank yous. So, yeah, I'll put something together tomorrow. And I will pick your order. I want to know what it is now. So I'll go and grab my phone. I don't know where it is.
Oh, Stall says the French never settled on a name. They have, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this, Vide Grenier, Marche de Puce, Brocante, and...
Rederis.
Yeah,
well,
I don't know.
I remember.
Sorry for anybody French watching.
Caroline and Phil used to mention Brocante a lot. They would go over to
that one.
They'd go to
Definitely heard that one.
Northern France for the day and go to those Brocante markets. That's the only one out of all of those I've ever heard. But yeah, wonderful French. I'm sure you murdered that.
Oh, I did, absolutely. I didn't even bother to try, to be honest.
Oh, shall we touch on Eurovision? We watched Eurovision last night. We always do. Well, quite often we go to my parents and we make an evening of it and do like the sweepstake thing and have a laugh. Yeah, it was fascinating. And who was it who won? Spain, wasn't it? With their like glam rock weirdness. Devil glam rock, I think I ended up calling it.
Yeah.
And we got 0 points, which I thought was a bit of a shocker. It was so political, obviously.
It wasn't the worst song in the competition. Let's face it. It wasn't.
It wasn't a winner.
Definitely wasn't the worst song. And I really felt for James Newman. I really did.
I thought James Newman was John Newman.
He did. He's going, God, he's let himself go, isn't he?
Wow, he's changed because that's his brother.
He's John, a bit hairy, he says.
John Newman. I thought it was a lockdown thing, let himself go with the beard and the pies. But it's not John Newman, it was James. But we really felt for him because it was no way a winner. And I don't think, even if it wasn't being politically voted for, I don't think it'd have been right up the top of the chart with it, or the scoreboard.
Yeah.
But to get 0 from the public vote was a bit of a kick in the what's-its.
Yeah. Just noticed this from Paul, but I don't know what question that we've been ignoring, but we don't ignore anything. We have so many comments and questions to go through.
I can try and find it.
You have to really...
Oh, here we go.
You have to really... No, not that one. Not that one.
Oh.
That's a conversation, not a...
We get so many messages and it's impossible to read it all.
Yeah.
So
I have to skim read through everything and try and keep up with it. And I try and keep up at the bottom. And if it goes a bit quicker, then I miss lots. So it's not always easy to keep up with.
Oh, okay. We can quickly touch on this. We took it down because Lex had a lot to drink, and it was fine, but it didn't go as maybe as we'd all hoped, and we just took it down. That was it. You know, Lex is fine. We're fine with Lex. Everything's
Lex is one of our very best friends. So
yeah,
you know, it was just one of those things, wasn't it?
Where were we in the chat?
I don't know. I end up going down to the bottom because otherwise I just get so behind. It's ridiculous. So
yeah, sorry if we've missed chat. Let's have a look. What on earth? A giraffe's head sniffing about and you what?
I don't know. There's conversations going on between other people. We don't need to be reading other people's comments out. Oh, dearie me.
Excuse me. Nice to see the Italian lead singer want to keep his table clean and dust free.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I read that and then I decided not to read it out.
I'm not sure I'm confused.
Dear. Yeah. Oh, we have a super chat from Santa.
Hey, Santa.
Mrs. Claus and I really enjoy your videos, and I love the music Andrea uses on her channel. Oh, thank you.
Oh, now Andrea's channel had big news this week. You were able to monetize it, and you made all of 50p.
Monetization. But it's a silly thing, but it just feels like what's the word?
It's a milestone.
Yeah, I've reached a milestone, and it's something that I'm doing on my own, and it just felt good. And I know that's silly, but
no, not at all. It's a big achievement. It's not an easy thing to build a YouTube channel to the level you have to be to monetize it. And I mean, we joke that it earned 50p on its first day. That's the reality of YouTube at that level, unfortunately. But it's not so much about the money. It's about achieving that and for you, achieving that on your own and being proud of it.
I set up my own channel for a personal challenge because, I suffer with anxiety and it's not easy for me to do these things. So, especially not on my own, I'm obviously a lot more comfortable when I'm on a live with you, or we're doing a video together, because you're more in control of it. But when I have to do a live, but when I do a live on my own, it's terrifying. And I've always been really awkward about making my own videos, but I wanted to challenge myself, so it just feels like it's an achievement. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've got people talking about Eurovision now. Iceland or Finland were best.
I loved Iceland.
Iceland was my favourite.
I loved Lithuania as well.
I thought that was going to win because it was so quirky and weird and hilarious. The dancing in that just, oh my goodness.
Perhaps it's more the UK's, because we actually, when you look at our votes for people, we voted Iceland and Lithuania. It
suited our sense of humour.
Because it's our sense of humour.
Totally.
But I love Germany as well. And I think it's an absolute travesty they only got 3 points.
3 points.
How did they only get 3 points? That was such a good song. I don't get it.
Maybe next year we should do a live stream and watch it and everyone can join in.
Yeah.
That might be fun. Yeah, maybe we should set that up.
Yeah. Thank you, Thrifty Shutterbug.
Yeah, thanks for that. Iceland were robbed.
They were.
Not the supermarket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. They weren't there though. They weren't live, were they? Because one of them had come down with COVID, so they showed a pre-record for them.
Yeah, well, they were live in their hotel room, weren't they? With two of them with screens against their face because they couldn't be with them.
Yeah. Would you guys have any retro games? Not a great deal. I did buy some software that I shared earlier, but not much in it. Tends to fly out when we buy it and we list it.
Yeah, I think the store's right. It's kind of like, is there like a validation, isn't it? It's yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, well, it becomes, if you do start a YouTube channel, naturally you kind of set that as a goal, because YouTube sets it up for you. They're like, if you get here, we'll allow you to join the monetization program or whatever they call it, and it is some kind of validation for your hard work, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Web Pig John.
Yeah, thank you.
You two are an inspiration. Thanks to you on a full-time eBay reseller. Wow, fantastic. Hope it goes well. Loving your channel, Andrea. It's a different pace, but that's why I like it.
Yeah. Thanks, Lee.
I'm a bit of a motor mouth. You're more chilled. Yeah.
And for anybody that is sort of, new to the channel, or goes over and has a look, it's not all about reselling and thrifting, but there will certainly be a regular amount of that. But I do want to make other videos that interest me. So there's a bit of, about me being vegan. There's a bit, I like to make sort of different vlogs, and I don't know how to put it, but I like to experiment and learn editing and, different things and different ways of doing things. So I sort of play around with ideas. So there is thrifting, there is reselling content, but not all of it will be that.
Very eloquently put.
Oh, I'm not very eloquent.
Yesterday, Andrew was filming, and so I go into the kitchen to make a drink or whatever, and Andrew just sits there, will not talk into camera when I'm anywhere within earshot.
The amount of outtakes, believe me, the amount of outtakes, I say such stupid things, and just thinking that Nick's in the kitchen listening to me saying stupid things.
So put them at the end of your videos.
No.
Yes, and then like a little cherry on the top. People will watch all the way through then just to see you screwing it up.
Yeah. But it would be even worse, because half my mind would be on the fact that you're in there listening to me, and I just wouldn't be able to get it right at all.
No, I get that. It is hard to film yourself when someone's watching. Secret carpet. No, it's all right. You can watch back if you really want to, but you didn't miss a lot. Our haul lasted about 5 minutes, and we've just been rambling ever since.
Oh, thank you, Carl.
Almost. How are we talking about Christmas, Angela? Now, almost only 6 months.
Our nephew and his fiance celebrated Christmas Day with his fiance's family last weekend.
Yeah,
they had a Christmas. They did all their presents. They were wearing Christmas jumpers,
full Christmas garb, piles of presents. Like they had proper Christmas Day last week.
Yeah,
it was like, wow, okay. Yeah. Carl's enjoying your channel. There should be a link to it below if you do want to go over and check it out.
Carl, but thank you, Carl.
So yeah, please go and give Andrea some support. I put out a new video on my music channel today, one I've been working on for a while, which was, it sounds a lot darker than it is, but it was a video about Dave Gahan, who is Depeche Mode's frontman, always has been. He battled heroin addiction very publicly for many years and overcame it. So it's a story of redemption, really, of his battle with heroin. But I did it all in his words. So I spent hours and hours tracking down interview footage and edited it into a narrative of his battle. So you see him age like 20 years through the video, and you see his story from when he was an addict to recovered. And
you did spend a lot of time on that.
I spent a lot of time.
It's been a labour of love, hasn't it?
But it's had a lot of really positive response and some really nice messages about people who have experienced similar things or watched his journey and really enjoyed the video. So
it was a good video. It was a really good video. Even if I'm biased, but it was a good video.
Right, let's see. Johnny Logan. I don't think he was in it this year.
They played some clips of him.
Doesn't he hold the record of winning it twice?
He won it twice, and he wrote one of the winning songs as well.
I'm so far behind.
Oh, thanks, Lainey.
I like the fact that you both have a sense of insecurity. I think we all do. I think everybody does about some things anyway, I think. Definitely. Okay, how are we doing for time?
It's 9 o'clock.
We're at 9 o'clock. I've had 8.5 hours watch time on my channel. Woohoo. I once put a video of Thomas the Tank Big Loader for an eBay listing that got more. Yeah. It's a long process building a channel, really. Yeah. I don't think the UK take it seriously enough to do well. With Eurovision, it's more about the politics anyway.
Do you think we don't? I get the impression we do take it quite seriously. They've been banging on about it on Radio 2 for the last year, probably. Most
people enjoy it in an ironic way. I watch it to have a laugh.
Oh, maybe that's true.
Europeans take it as a serious competition.
Yeah.
Brits watch it with a drink, laughing for most.
And then listening to Graham Norton.
Graham Norton sums up how seriously we take it.
Yeah, I get what you mean now, Sarah. Yeah.
Oh, that was the cleaning the table thing, was it? Right. Oh, right. Oh, really? Ooh.
Controversial.
Controversial.
Yeah. The thing I don't get right is we've got some of the best songwriters in this country, and some really, really good songs get released and are in our charts and etc. etc. Why can't we just pay someone to write, somebody big to write a really good song?
It wouldn't matter. The Europeans can't stand this.
I think who was it last night? Who was it? Was it Steve that said? I can't remember. In our conversation last night, somebody said it wouldn't matter if it was Adele featuring Stormzy, written by Ed Sheeran, we'd still get 0 points.
I think we'd have to get Paul McCartney to write a song.
It was either Steve or Darren, I think,
and the peer
that said that last night.
Yeah, it's just a laugh, really. But there's a political element. Lee's hit a milestone. Well done. I've managed to get to 2,000. Had a 300 plus increase. Oh, good. Well, glad that gave you a bit of a boost anyway. But your channel is growing because you're putting the work in and the videos are good. It really just comes down to that at the end of the day. But I'm glad we could help.
Yeah.
Wow, so much chat. On a side note, talking about channels, Cassie says, my channel would be naff. Depression, anxiety and loneliness isn't going to attract many views. Completely wrong. There's a huge appetite for people being open and honest about that. And if that is something you want to talk about,
because there are so many people out there that feel the same way. And, a channel or videos like that would just make other people feel like they're not so alone.
Yeah, and it's a conversation,
a place you could build a community on that, couldn't you?
Yeah, and it's a conversation that needs to be had, as we were talking about it last week.
Yeah, and then talking about the loneliness, it makes people feel less lonely because you're building a community. And yeah,
I would say if you're thinking about it, do it anyway. Definitely. Hi Christopher, I'm a complete newbie to reselling. Are DVDs worth the effort? Most of them, no. I persevere with media because it's a passion of mine. My first business was a record shop back in the 90s. I've shown a few examples today. Most DVDs, no, but there are some that are. I think it was Damien shared in a recent video, DB Resales, about some success he had. So it comes down to knowledge and being picky, really. But a lot of what I sell, if you check out our shop, which we link below all our videos, you'll see a lot of media on there very cheap. And a few people pointed out to me recently, why do you bother with the cheap stuff? Usually it's because I've got them for next to nothing and I just need to get rid of them. But yeah, it can be a struggle making money on DVDs for sure. Okay, where are we at? I want to hear my lovely horse, Father Ted style, at Eurovision. That would be amazing.
I love the fact that Iceland had the guy from the Eurovision movie doing their points for them.
Oh yes. I've not seen.
Have you seen
that? I've not seen it.
Oh, I've not watched it. Oh, it's so good. You need to watch it.
Hey, Selena. Oh, we forgot to ship out Selena's.
Oh no.
Salt and pepper pot. Well, I messed up because they were in here ready for me to package, and then after one of these hauls, I packaged up in a big box just to move to Andrea's office.
Yeah.
All of the ceramics, and I put those back in the box and took it through. I didn't
go through that box until a few days ago, and then a couple of days ago, and then I was like, oh, I thought these had been dispatched.
Yeah. So apologies again. I know you guys have spoken about it. They'll be on their way tomorrow. Oops. These things happen. Okay. Oh yeah. And San Marino had Flow Rider appear.
I know.
And they did pants, as Pete puts it. Yeah.
What was that all about?
Oh dear. Yeah, Victoria Plum saying, I would watch a channel like that. So many of us, and it needs to be talked about. Yeah, so many people struggle with anxiety, depression, mental health. Barely anyone gets through life without being touched by it. So it's a huge subject, and talking about it is a positive thing. Andrea is probably the only person whose hair looks better after lockdown. Well,
I cut it myself, so what does that say about my hairdresser?
Dyed and cut by your good self. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll think about wrapping up shortly. I will continue to put out content through the week. I'm enjoying being back on YouTube with my regular content. If you enjoy it, please watch. I will probably do a picking orders video tomorrow, throw something together. Have you got a video coming up on your channel?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I've got another trail video going up with another haul. So.
Oh yeah, and I filmed on the GoPro today.
Yes.
So I will throw together. You've seen the size of the haul.
I started to film today and then thought there's no point because there just wasn't anything that I would have wanted to pick up. It was mostly like stuff that you would pick up or toys and like kids' toys and clothes and
But I'll throw something together. It might be entertaining. Okay, we'll get to the end of the chat and then we'll let you wonderful people go. Oh, hi Lee. Hey, Nick and Andrea, I'm a full-time reseller and my girlfriend is thinking of joining me. Are you both self-employed? How do you both work? We are self-employed, but we work as a partnership under the umbrella of one business. Mm-hmm. So that's one way of doing it, or you could set up as sole traders. But if you're working on the same business, on the same premises, technically you should set up as a partnership, but speak to an accountant, they'll set you straight on that. Being a partnership can be a pain because a lot of people kind of don't recognize it as a thing. It's so annoying.
I thought you were going to say something else then.
No. But yeah, I hope that works out for you and you enjoy working together. Working together is fraught with other issues sometimes, but yeah.
But we've been working together now for
about a century,
over 20 years, and yeah, we just find that separate spaces are the key to harmony.
Christopher, same here. It's my passion, physical media. That's my niche. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Second jabs. Yeah.
Mine in about 3 weeks' time, and then yours is a month later.
Oh, look, you're getting requests to do hair.
I'm not very good. My fringe is very wonky.
Hey, Sue. Hope you're well. Someone else, look, would watch a channel about mental health. So, thank you, Dave. Good having you back, Nick. Weekday vids, yeah. I'll keep churning them out. If people watch, fantastic. Derek's got a premiere tonight, 9:45.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're okay.
I thought we'd cut into it then for a minute.
Thanks, Judy. Yeah, people are going to go and join Derek, which is cool. Let's get to the end. Zoe, super late. Yeah, we've had a good weekend. The weather kind of spoilt the jumble trail a bit, and I was trying to do work in the garden and mistimed that, and yeah, it got very damp. But yeah, it's been a good weekend, really. Got lots of work done in the house, didn't I? Jobs. Yeah. I tackled some electrical DIY.
If you know about our bathroom light saga, it came apart again, didn't it?
Just pulled it up. We've got a pull thing in the bar and just came off the ceiling. So I had to refit, get a new pool light fitting and fit that. Quite a simple job, but you know. And then I put some strip lights in the loft. Oh, hey, so we now have climb in the loft, press a little switch, strip lights go ding. Whereas before we had to run a lead down and plug it in.
We even cut some of the hedge back.
Yeah, I was super DIY man over the weekend.
There's still loads to do.
Right. Yeah, I'm bragging at my prowess.
It's because it's rare.
Because normally I screw it up. I need to kill myself doing home electricals.
Yes. I was telling Carla about this the other day because Carla electrocuted herself the other day.
Did she? Doing what?
I can't remember what she was doing, to be honest. But I was telling her about your incident. Yeah,
I was disconnecting a doorbell, which was wired into the mains. And I just cut a wire, which was directly plugged into the mains. And I blew a hole in a pair of pliers. And I blew myself backwards off a stepladder onto the stairs.
I think we're on a chair.
Was on a chair?
Yeah.
Anyway, and I was out cold.
Yeah,
briefly.
It was terrifying.
Couldn't see. My ears were ringing because there was this blinding light in front of me, and I blew a hole in the metal pliers. And yeah, I was lucky I fell and didn't fall on my head or something.
You're very, very lucky that you survived it, because it was terrifying. Yeah.
So, and
you get annoyed with me whenever I'm like, "Oh, have you definitely turned everything off?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the point of me doing some electrical DIY is I'm still alive.
Question from Steve there.
Hi, Steve. I hope you didn't use some of that Play-Doh to hold the bathroom light in place. What if I did? No, it is securely screwed into the ceiling.
It makes a much better noise. The last one was more of an echoey noise, and this one's a very nice dull clunk clunk.
The last fitting we had was a cheapo Wilkinson's one. It was super loud. You'd like wake your neighbours up going ka-ching. Yeah. This one was a more expensive B&Q model, and it just goes like that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Cassie's question, because there's a story behind that as well, because we replaced it with these wireless ones. So we put, you plug them into your plug socket. We had 3 around the house, and they just kept going off randomly. Like, you'd answer the door and there'd be nobody there, and and then quite often they didn't work. It didn't work at all, and you end up with the postman banging on the door because the doorbell's not working. We recently discovered the reason why it's not working. And the reason why it goes off randomly is because we're connected to our neighbour over the road. So our doorbell was going, and there was a person stood outside our neighbour's door.
They've got a similar wireless doorbell, and it sets ours off. And it doesn't matter if we switch the frequency, and it's a nightmare, so we're getting rid of it.
Yeah,
we're going back to knocking on the door.
And we missed a courier the other day because he didn't even knock on the door. He must have pressed
the doorbell. It didn't work
and didn't bother to do anything else.
Why are we sharing this story?
I don't know. It's frustrating. Well, Cassie asked, so.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
We will leave you there. Since the doorbell incident, Nick can magnetically attract cutlery as a party trick.
It's the new Eurogella.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for being with us. And hope you enjoyed that. We'll be back next will we be back next Sunday? When are we back from being away?
I think we're going to be away next Sunday. I don't think we'll be here.
We might not be here next Sunday. Are we staying Sunday night?
I think so. I think we're staying the whole bank holiday weekend.
Ooh. Yeah. If we can, we'll try to do a little mini live on one of our phones, but we may not.
Yeah.
Try and do that though. That would be fun if we've got signal in the field. But we will be putting out content. I will put some videos out. There's a video coming on your channel. If you do want to check out my little mini documentary about Dave Garn's amazing recovery from heroin addiction, please do. That's on my music channel. Till the next video, at least. We'll see you soon. Have you got any words of wisdom for these wonderful?
I say don't come round here while we're away, because our neighbours will be banging you on the head with a rolling pin, and you'll set all the alarms off. So
yeah. Joan keeps an eye on the place. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, we will have fun camping. Take care of yourselves. What was your word of wisdom? Was that it?
No. Stay safe and sanitize.
That old one. That old chestnut.
We'll do that one.
Take care.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon. Bye.